All right. It says we're live. Reconnect. Charm. Third time is the charm. All right. I believe we're finally live on YouTube. Third time is the charm. Ooh. Lots of background noise. Little maintenance work happening out here. I'm back at the same location as yesterday. Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing? I'm sorry for the delayed start. How's everybody doing today? Let me just get out of here. Somebody's using the gas leaf blower. The beautiful sounds of the leaf blower. Love that in the background. Let me know if you can hear me clearly and see me clearly. We've got a little bit of wind hitting me. Nothing the little fuzzy, furry little dead cat here on the microphone shouldn't cancel out for the most part. How are y'all doing today? Visual and audio clear. Yep, you're live. Queen's in the house. Queen Helen Casey, similar evil. Warrior Spirit. Queen Helen Casey, that's okay. I just watched the movie trailer for Fast and Furious 9. That series will never be the same without Paul Walker. Will never, ever be the same. I'm going to walk over here and let these ladies enter the trail first, so I don't interrupt. They're entering the trail with their babies. So, folks, housewives still exist. Some couples still believe in traditionalism. Anyway, it's been another interesting day, and lots of things have been going on, but yeah, I'm just moving forward. I keep just thinking to myself, what have I gotten myself into out here on YouTube? You know, I've always known there have been haters and people that are going to love your stuff. But I've never seen so many haters at the level I've seen out here on YouTube. And, you know, let me talk about that at the beginning of this show, because I don't know, I think my hater is different than any other haters that have ever existed out there. And the reason is because I do things differently. My haters pretty much hate me because if somebody doesn't work out here on my channel, if someone's not the right fit for my channel, if somebody's disturbing the message of my channel, I remove them, because it not only disturbs me if I keep them around, it disturbs the people that really want to be here for the right reason or reasons. I'm going to go to the right first today. Little change of pace, going the opposite way first. Warrior Spirit, Eli's right. The Paul Walker, Eli's right though. Paul Walker was part of the best movies. Warrior, the movie being theaters this summer, yeah, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same hasn't been the same since Paul Walker had the unfortunate accident several years ago. That was a sad day. That was a really, really sad day. We got some wind noise, folks. Hopefully you can hear me okay. It's a little bit more windy than it's been the past few times I've been out here. So can you folks still hear me right now with the wind hitting my face? Yeah, it was a horrific death, which is what I'm trying to say, Warrior Spirit. 19 in the box, 4 thumbs up. Now, anyway, getting back to the my haters. What's so unique about my haters compared to any other haters I've ever seen? Because we've all had haters in our lives, folks, and other people have haters on YouTube. But in my case, these people watch me so closely. It's so interesting. They watch me so closely that every time I have to remove someone from my channel to protect the integrity of the channel, and to also, give me a second, folks, somebody's passing by, and to also, keep it on track for the people that really want to be here, I have to remove certain people. Just like Gorilla Bear Tech was distracting my message, and he was behaving very immaturely and unprofessionally. And I warned him so many times, and after look, most people give others 1 or 2 warnings. I gave him 5 to 10 warnings. 5 to 10 warnings. I think that's more than the average person would warn somebody if they weren't following by their rules. So that's the thing I put out there to my haters. Like, look, I want to run my channel a certain way. I want people here that want to be uplifted, are positive-minded people, and are open, most importantly, open to suggestions and change. The people that are not open to suggestions and change are going to get no value here, and you're going to be a disturbance to the people that do want to, get the right message and are open to suggestions and change. You know what I mean? I unsubbed to Hugh. He did a video on you. Smash the like button for Eli, says Queen Helen Casey. They're all going to do videos on me. What they're doing is they're helping me go viral. And that's why, now that I'm monetized, I'm not worried about it. Because one way or another, I'm moving this forward. And what the trolls and the haters don't realize, I keep telling them this. The more and more you talk about me, the more panels of people you have to talk about me, the more videos you do on me, even negatively, people are going to be curious to find out who I am. Then they come over here, and if they're a normal person, they're going to hear that, oh, this guy sounds pretty decent. Maybe these people are just jealous, right? So in essence, what these people are doing is giving me free advertising. Free word-of-mouth advertising. What's better than free word-of-mouth advertising, right? Yeah, it is a little bit windy right now, folks. Am I still coming through clearly? I know there are a few bad reception spots around this area here and on the other side. So, folks, if I, come in and out for a few, that's the reception in that particular area. Clear. All right, thank you. Wow, what a great $13 investment. The little furry ball. The little mini dead cat. So what do you think about that warrior spirit? Queen Helen Casey, Similar Evil, and anyone else who's here? Do these people not realize that the more they talk about me, the more they help me? And the reason why they're talking about me is because they see me growing, and now that I have almost 3K subs, they want to try to leverage my growth. They're not going to admit it, but they're going to try to leverage my growth. Let me show you folks the other side. I didn't show you this other side yesterday. Isn't that awesome? Look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. And the San Carlos airport is right down the way. You can hear the private planes flying over. Got the sun on the other side over here. Oh yeah. Just amazing. All right, let's continue. It's very interesting to me. I'm gonna address Lauren, Brutally Lauren. I don't care if I mention your channel, because you know what? People are going to go where they want to go. If they want to subscribe to you, Brutally Lauren, they can go right ahead. I don't care. But Brutally Lauren's another channel that's a part of the drama sphere. And she just can't stop talking about me. And she just can't stand the fact that I want to be a coach, and she feels I'm not qualified to be a coach. Well, Lauren, that's your opinion, because let me tell you something. There are no requirements to be a self-proclaimed life coach. Anyone can be one. You could be one if you want to be one as well. Many people have created parody channels like Coach Shangy. If he wants to label himself a coach, call himself Coach Shangy, and use my professional picture, use my body and my head, but put his face on my head like he does, that's on him. That's a term of endearment to me, if I ever saw one. Thank you, Shangy. So if you all want to call yourselves coaches, that's great. It's all within your rights of doing so. And I don't mind the criticism. I don't mind them critiquing me, and I don't mind anything they're doing, but it's really weird. Like, I caught parts of Lauren's stream last night while I was taking an Epsom salt bath. And Mr. ODN was on there, kept saying my name. I don't care if you say my name, ODN. We're not little kids here, bro. If you got something to say to me constructively, we can talk, bro. I ain't mad at you. What the hell is that? Is that a boat? No, that's a private plane back there, I think. Is that a boat? It is a boat. Oh, wow, that is a boat. That's what I'm hearing. It's coming over here. That is so loud. Folks, can you hear that boat? That's what's distracting me. That boat is way too loud. I swear that is a loud boat. I think that boat has an illegal, exhaust on it. Oh my gosh, that is loud. Oh my god, that's so loud. Give me a second. What do you think, folks that know about watercraft? There's something up with that boat. That boat is way too loud. I could hear that boat like a mile away. I can even smell it. It's not loud to me. But hold on. Didn't he want you to say his name right? So how can he speak yours? No, he didn't. That's right. He didn't. He put out a video basically saying, hey, keep your name, or keep my name out of your mouth, and I'll keep my name, or sorry, I'll keep your name out of my mouth. And for the most part, we have. But he has not ever kept up his side of the bargain, which I don't really care. ODN, if you have something constructive to respond to me in a video, this is YouTube. That's what happens out here. Let's not play this game. Oh, I screwed up. I said his name. Come on, dude. We're not little kids, dude. We're mature, grown adults, right? But anyway, so the one thing that is just so bizarre to me, where I feel that it's gotten to the level of where these people are almost borderline stalking me with what they want to know. They want to know every little intricate and intimate detail about myself. Like they were saying, Lauren's like, have you noticed that every time Eli's in the studio, you know, my screen freezes on my phone and I had to restart my phone and this and that. Maybe he can't afford to pay his fiber 1,000 up, 1,000 down anymore. Well, I had to share a screenshot of that just to prove it, huh? I still have 1,000 up, 1,000 down. It's $80 a month. And that's how I still broadcast from the studio. And let me explain to you folks again how this works. I broadcast in 1080p at 20 megabits per second. That's very high quality. YouTube recommends broadcasting 1080p at about at about 3,500, 3.5 megabits to about 6 megabits. So I broadcast 3 times the bit rate. What that means is that if you're watching my stream on a mobile phone and you're not on Wi-Fi, a good Wi-Fi connection, and your Wi-Fi is, close to your phone, you may end up buffering because there may not be enough bandwidth sent to your phone to handle a 1080p signal. So what do you do in that situation? You can lower the resolution on your phone of my in-studio streams to 720p or 480p. You really don't need to view my streams in 1080p on a smartphone. The screen's not big enough. It's not going to really change your resolution. Or what your eyes can see. So lower your resolution to 480p and shut your mouth. I have no problems with my internet connection. There's nothing wrong with my internet connection. And by the way, Lauren, what I heard you say was that you don't even use Wi-Fi on your phone in your place. You use your LTE connection. And mobile connections are far less stable for a 1080p signal or a 1080p stream. So just lower the resolution. You'll be just fine. But it's just odd to me. That they're going as far and critiquing my stream buffering on their phone, which has nothing to do with me. It has to do with their phone. And then they're saying, man, maybe he can't afford to pay his fiber connection. Like, are these people sick in the head? Like, I don't care what kind of internet connection you have. I don't care, who your cell carrier is. I don't care about that stuff. Why are you folks so into every little intricate and intimate detail about my life? I don't get it. Like, I'm not afraid to tell you folks, but what's up with that? Warrior Spirit, why do your haters invest so much time on you if they don't like you? Oh, that's a question I've been trying to ask them. Like, I posted on my community tab, Warrior Spirit, I said, look, you guys are complaining that my in-studio streams are buffering on your phones, right? But if you hate me so much, why do you invest so much time watching me? Is it because you're curious about what I'm going to say next? Is it because I actually make sense and I'm entertaining at the same time? Is it because I'm a consistent YouTuber with decent quality and I know what I'm doing and I'm getting a decent amount of traction? Do you secretly love me in disguise and don't want to admit it? I mean, seriously, it's like I'm not trying to show up. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on in your mind, because when I don't like somebody and don't like something, I just tune it out. I don't watch it, right, Warrior Spirit? It makes no sense to me. Is it to get other haters on their streams? That's part of it. That's part of it. I think their end goal, Warrior Spirit, is to try to raise as much awareness as possible to try to destroy my brand, because they in their heads honestly think that I'm harming people. That's what they think. Let me let these ladies pass by here real quick. Give me a second. Folks, my car read the outside temperature at 68 degrees when I got here. Again, I'm not as bundled up as yesterday, but I'm still bundled up. I'm wearing a different inner sweater. I have a heavier one. I'm wearing my less heavy one because it's been pretty warm out here lately. I mean, wow. January 31st, and it's 68 degrees in the middle of winter. I mean, how much better weather can you ask for, right? So yeah, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But anyway, let's get to the topic, folks. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition. And I'm live once again from the SF Bay Trail. I'm kind of changing my venue for a little while. I'm going to be coming out to this trail more often, especially when it's not raining, because this is a dirt path. You know, when it rains, Red Morton Park's a better place because it's paved. You know, there's pavement around there. And this is episode number 47, and today we're going to be discussing you can only control what's controllable, right? You can only control what's controllable. Now, how many of you understand right out of the gate what that topic means? If I put it out there to the viewers, what do you think of when you hear you can only control what's controllable? God, that sun's right in my face. Okay, how are you harming people being on YouTube? You aren't harming anyone. If people don't want to watch, switch over. Okay. Simon says 68 degrees. Wow, it's only about 45 here in England. Hey, Simon, how you doing? Let's see. The only thing we can control is our actions. That's a good point. By the way, Simon, God Loves Me filed a privacy complaint on my channel that night you were on, where you mentioned we never mentioned her full name. We only mentioned her channel name, and we mentioned the city she lives in, and she went and filed a privacy complaint. But I already emailed YouTube and took care of it. She's not going to be able to take my video down. I did edit that portion out, even though it was not necessary. I'm being more cautious. Again, God loves me. If you're tuning in, I know you're the only one that could have filed that privacy complaint. But it's not a privacy complaint because, number one, we didn't mention your real name. Number two, we mentioned the city, and we didn't mention your address or put a phone number out there. But that woman is, I tell you, the more and more, she can't take me down. None of these people can take me down because I don't violate the rules, Simon. Because here's the thing, Simon. Even if I do create a privacy issue, which I never do, but let's say sometimes you have people on your panel or in your chat that share some information that is a privacy concern. YouTube gives you 48 hours to edit that part of your video. The problem is when you edit part of a video or a live stream replay. Sorry, it only works for a live stream replay. The problem is when you edit a live stream replay, it removes the live stream replay chat. That's why I screen record the chat, because if I have to edit a video or upload the video to a different channel or different location, different video platform, the chat will be on the screen. That's the only issue with it. But that's all you have to do when you get a privacy complaint, is either remove the video yourself or edit that part out where the privacy is in question, or do nothing at all. And if there's no privacy complaint when no privacy concern when YouTube actually reviews it 48 hours after the privacy complaint is filed, nothing will happen. So God loves me. I mean, seriously, are you that angry and bitter? Do you just not love yourself? Are you like one of those people from like the other side? Like my haters? Insecure? Immature? You know, are you spiteful and vindictive because you've been through so many things? God loves me. And you're having a hard time loving yourself? What are you going to flag me for? For just stating my opinion? We're not even using your real name. That's your channel name. You're a YouTuber. You're a public figure. If you can't stand the scrutiny of the court of public opinion, then get off of YouTube. Folks, it's unbelievable how many people have come at me lately. They've come at me with privacy complaints. They try to take my channel down. And the funny thing is, over 98% of all of the streams I've done since I've been monetized are fully monetized with the green icon, meaning that suitable for all advertisers. So you tell me, even YouTube and their monetization department know that I'm a good, clean, real YouTuber that's out here to provide real content. Yeah, they keep coming at me. I forgot to mention last night, Mr. J over there on the L channel. Let's just mention it, the Lichen Theory channel. He basically went into, I think it was Brutally Lawrence chat, or one of the chats, and he said to some people on his side, you all should work things out to take down Coach Eli's channel. So in essence, Mr. J from the Lichen Theory channel is inciting people to take down my channel. Now, I mention that right now because it pertains partially to the topic. You can only control what's in your control. This is a perfect example. Realistically, what Mr. J from the Lichen Theory channel is doing there is he's inciting people to do harm to my channel, which is against YouTube's terms and conditions. And just against the law, too. It's illegal. But he also knows at the same time that it is very unlikely that he'll be reprimanded for that. Because if we even were to call the police on him, or if we were even to report him to YouTube, they probably would do nothing about it. And that's what guys like Mr. J and Mr. G on his side, they depend on. They know the game and they know the system and they know what they can get away with. They push the boundaries. I personally feel they crossed the line. But they push the boundaries right up to the line and then barely cross it to the point of where they know what they can and can't get away with, even though they're violating the rules. And they do that because they want to come off as daring, risky bad boys, and their audience loves that. You see, people that play the system in that way, Warrior Spirit, Similar Evil, Queen Helen Casey, and anyone else that's here, karma is what's going to get them in the end. And when it comes to people like Mr. J from the Lichen Theory channel, karma's already bit him in the ass because he's no longer monetized. Let me ask you, Mr. J, you reapplied for monetization a few weeks ago, and YouTube is responding very quickly now. They monetized me 3 days after I went into review after qualifying a few months ago on this channel. So let me ask you, Mr. J, were you declined for monetization? Was your request to have your monetization reinstated declined? Is that why you're angry and bitter? And I even mentioned this the other day. I'll mention it again. You probably got declined. But do you even realize why you got declined? Your content is, number one, not advertiser friendly at all. And number two, you violate community guidelines with pretty much every single stream or video you do for the most part. Some of your videos are okay, but you have a lot of videos on there where when the AI goes through and scans them to see if they're ad friendly or not, you probably have over 90% of your videos, because you're not monetized, you'd probably have over 90% of your videos not suitable for most advertisers with the yellow icon. And I even told you in a video when you first got demonetized, thanks to me flagging you properly for violating my copyright and violating community guidelines. I told you, delete all those former videos or you will never be remonetized on that channel. Do you understand? You're sitting there on one hand saying, I did all this work. I want my history there of Eli, right? Okay? And understand one thing. According to YouTube, the reason why those videos are still up is because, according to them, they feel that although you're pushing the boundaries, you're still within community guidelines. But all those videos are not advertiser friendly. So are you, see, this is what I don't understand about you. This is why millennials just don't get it, right? What I understand about you, Mr. J, on the L channel is you're willing to keep all those videos up on me, which is fine, which are keeping you from getting monetized to not get monetized. So basically, you're willing to sacrifice your monetization status of being approved again just to keep your videos up on me. Wow. Well, I don't know what to tell you. You can't have it both ways, man. You can't have, non-advertiser friendly videos on me up and be monetized at the same time. That's why you're not monetized. And you don't get it. But I'm monetized. How sad is that? Do you understand what I'm saying, Warrior Spirit? I mean, seriously, do you understand what I'm saying? Probably was refused. He's a little twit anyways. Simon Gale says, it's her hypocrisy that irritated me the most. She talks about God, yet she lives in complete contrast. Yeah. 34 in the box right now, making it rain. I know you're watching me, Mr. J, from the Like and Theory channel, and that's fine. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. But listen, I'd love, and look, as much as I can't stand Mr. J, Mr. G, and all of them, like, I don't have a problem with them being monetized. They can do their own thing. They can do their own thing independent of what I do. I'm trying to tell you, because I am YouTube certified, Mr. J, I'm trying to tell you what will get you remonetized. You got to remove all those videos that are not. Oh, man. All right, folks, I should be back. I think there's something electrical in that spot back there because it's been cutting me off on the way in on this side of the trail and on the way back. So, but I'm back, right? It buffered for a second and now I'm back, right? Let me know if you can see me and hear me. Yeah, that was out of my control, folks. I think there's some electrical interference right there on that part of the trail. But the app will cut you off and it'll ask you to reconnect. Can someone verify if I'm back? Yeah, that's what happens. No, we're good. But yeah, Mr. J, seriously, man, I honestly, as much as I shouldn't help you, I'm a giving and caring person. I'm trying to help you and tell you, despite our past differences, what will get you remonetized. You've got to remove all your content that's not advertiser friendly. Unfortunately, that's probably 90% of your backlog. If you want to keep your entire backlog on your Like and Theory channel and never get it monetized again, and then, maybe like you've been working on your Punkstatic channel, you're trying to get that to 1,000 and 4,000 public watch hours. So you can get that monetized. Maybe work on monetizing another channel. But your Like and Theory channel, unless you delete 90% of those videos, will never be remonetized. And it has nothing to do with me. It just so happens to be that I'm in many of the videos that are not advertiser friendly. You do have other videos besides me that are not advertiser friendly as well. I'm just trying to help you out. And you know it. So you can't whine and complain like a little girl about it, Mr. J, because you know what's preventing you from getting remonetized. It's just so stupid, right? That is something that is within your control. That's within your control. Now, folks, certain things that are out of your control, okay? Because you can only control things that are within your control. I like to use YouTube a lot as an example because it's where most of us spend our time out here nowadays, right? But this can also happen in real life as well. You can't control the videos that people put out on you. You can't control what these people say about you, right? The only thing you can control is how you react to it or not react to it at all. That's on you. If you want to feed into it and create a back and forth and both sides create content on it for a while, if that benefits you and maybe the other side, then, do what you got to do. If after a while it doesn't, benefit either one of you anymore, then move on from it. But then when you try to pull away from something like that after a while, the other side keeps coming at you like they do with me. That's out of my control. I can ignore them, or I can talk about them every now and then, or laugh at their expense. But I cannot control what they do. I can't even control what YouTube does, even if they violate guidelines or steal my content, because YouTube runs the platform. Even if people on the other side are coming at me and they're blatantly violating community guidelines or violating my copyright, what can I control? I can control reporting them, but I can't control YouTube's decision because it's not my platform. I'm at the liberty of YouTube's employees making a decision on that. So that's something that's out of my control. So whenever I'm dealing with a situation that I cannot fully control, I gotta take my best chances. Yes, I'll still flag things. Yes, I'll still file copyright takedown notices sparingly, because if you file too many of those, and even if you're doing them for the right reason, and YouTube thinks it's fair use, eventually they could shut your channel down for that. Mr. L on the Mr. J on the Liken Theory channel, I did try to take him down for copyright again. He did violate my copyright twice in the last few weeks or a month or so, or maybe a month and a half. He was playing my audio in the background and occasionally using commentary. But he was doing it while I was broadcasting my stream live to steal my audience. Well, the two times I flagged him for copyright, YouTube came back at me and said that we are very concerned about your request. And they gave me this mumbo jumbo about it being fair use. And then they sent something to Jamie because he posted on his community tab. So that's fine. That's fine. So he knows he can get away with that. He's going to keep on doing it. Okay, that's fine. He's probably doing it right now. Who knows? But what really bothers me about that situation, number one, it's out of my control. He is violating my copyright, but because YouTube is stepping in and arbitrating what is fair use, they're basically saying that they're not willing to put my rightfully allowed copyright takedown request. Because YouTube in the past has said that they do not arbitrate what's fair use or not. Only a judge in a court of law can arbitrate what's fair use and what's not fair use. But in the two cases where Mr. J from the Like and Theory channel was simulcasting me audio only in the background while using his cell phone and his computer to play the audio. While using the cell phone to run the stream and using his computer to play the audio, YouTube stepped in and said, "We feel this is fair use." So again, and this is the one thing that I'm gonna reach out to YouTube and ask them: are you saying that you are legally arbitrating fair use? Do you have legal grounds to say what's fair use and what's not? Because, like I said, the only person that can arbitrate what's fair use or not is a judge in a court of law. I'm going to slow down because there's somebody up ahead of me and they're kind of walking really slow, and I don't want to interrupt them or scare them. Anyway. So I couldn't simulcast the Oscars in that way. I doubt it. Well, you could try, but you would more than likely be probably taken down because the network that's broadcasting it probably has content ID on their YouTube account, and the content ID system is basically all creators that are in the YouTube Partner Program get what's called Copyright Match Tool. It is a basic version of Content ID. If you are a major company, YouTube will install Content ID on all of your videos, and it works even better than the Copyright Match Tool. So, and it also works on live streams that are simulcasted. So you risk the chance of getting either a Content ID claim or a copyright takedown notice, Spirit, if you do it. That's the thing. But why would you want to do that anyway? Like, I don't understand why people would want to simulcast other people's content. Why would they not want to create their own content instead? That's what I don't understand. Like, I get the fact that they want to do commentary on it. But here's the thing. A guy like Mr. J on the Like and Theory channel, if he prefers to do commentary on my live streams more often than create his own content, then what's the purpose of his channel? All I'm saying is that I can understand people may want to do commentary at times, but when they do it all the time, it pretty much becomes their entire channel. It pretty much becomes their entire focus. Maybe it's because he's ticked off at me and he's trying to get back at me. That I can understand that, but still, in essence, he's turning his channel into a channel that specifically creates content on me. So I'm going to turn around because that lady in front of me is walking at a very slow pace. And I don't want to come up across her and scare her by walking around her with this selfie stick. So, that sun's right back in my eyes. Yeah, folks, let me tell you what the most frustrating, one of the most frustrating aspects of my life, which is what I'm trying to say. One of the most frustrating aspects of my life has been trying to handle things professionally and maturely that should be within my control, but they're not within my control. It's those gray area matters. Kind of like, once again, being out here on YouTube, somebody, putting out a nasty video on you that violates guidelines, and then you flag it, and it should come down, and it is violating guidelines, but it's at the liberty of YouTube to take it down. If they even ever see the flag, they may choose to just say it's not bad and leave the video up, which is what they do a lot of the times, even though it clearly violates the guidelines. And it's those types of things there that that upset me the most, things that are out of your control. Another thing that's out of your control as a man, when you're dating a woman, this is a good one. When you're dating a woman, because women are emotional, and because women respond to things emotionally based on how they're feeling in the present moment, you could be dating a woman and everything could be perfect for 1 year, and on the 366th day, so at the 1 year and 1 day mark, let's say everything's perfect for a year. The next day after your 1 year anniversary, she could wake up, say she has to go to the restroom, and walk out your door and never come back again. I've heard stories from my guy friends where that's happened. And no explanation, and you never hear from them again. Is that something that's within your control? No. It's not. And that's why it's hard for a lot of men to commit, because they know women are emotional beings like that, and they know that, hey, sometimes women will just walk out and either give you a Dear John letter or walk out and not ever talk to you again and explain to you why they don't want to be with you anymore. That being after everything was perfect for the first year. And those are the kind of things where you give it your all. You put your heart and soul into things. You do everything right, morally, ethically, legally, right? And then you still get screwed. Those are the things right there that bug me more than anything, because you try to, and I'm not saying I try to control every aspect of my life, but the aspects I'm able to control, I try to be as nice, genuine, and mature as possible to everyone surrounding me. But just because I'm that way doesn't mean other people are going to be that way. It just sucks. It just sucks. I do feel that we should have more control over certain things that we don't. But that's not the way how life works. And quite frankly, I guess I have to go as far and say that maybe that's what makes life more interesting, the unknown. If we were able to control every single aspect of life, to allow it to turn out the way we want to, would we all get bored? Would life be fun? Would we even have things to talk about like we do out here on YouTube? I guess the point I just made is subjective to how you feel about it, your opinion, right? I was more upset she took my big TV, LOL. Well, dude, you could easily replace a big TV. What you can't replace are those, horrible emotional feelings of your heart being stomped, man. It's the shittiest feeling. Wow, there's a plane coming up, and it's actually flying pretty low. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Oh, that's a private plane. Can we even see that? Let me see. Oh, there it is. You can see it, right? Wow. For a second, I thought that was a jumbo jet going to San Francisco Airport, the main airport, which is about 15 miles north of the San Carlos Airport. I was going to say, if that was a jumbo jet, that sucker was flying too low too soon, to the point of, I'm like, is that thing going to crash right here? Should I start running that way? Oh my God. You got to be aware of your surroundings, folks. 27 in the box, 6 thumbs up. By the way, folks, tonight I'm going to be doing Shout Out Fridays live from the studio, and I'm probably going to be doing a shout out show every night this weekend, unless some plans come up. It is possible for plans to come up for me at any time during the weekend, so it's kind of tentative. But as of right now, I mean, the show will definitely happen tonight, but as of right now, I'll be doing a shout out Friday tonight, shout out Saturday tomorrow, and a shout out Sunday on Sunday. Lots of people out on the trail today because it's a beautiful day. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. People getting ready for the weekend. If you look over there, that's Highway 101. I mean, traffic's not at a standstill, but it's moving at about 25 to 30 miles an hour. It's another great thing about being an entrepreneur, folks, is you don't have to commute in traffic. Let me tell you, the Bay Area traffic sucks. It really, really sucks. Let me ask you folks out there, as I, finish the last, 20, 30 minutes of this hike / walk. What are some situations that you've been a part of that you wish you had more control over, but ended up being out of your control? Let's see. Simon says, that would break my heart too at Warrior Spirit. You guys are worried about your TVs. I can understand that. I love my TVs too, but they can easily be replaced. Warrior Spirit says, right, Simon, I couldn't watch TV overnight until you went and bought a new one, right, bro? Good for you, Warrior Spirit, regarding your new woman. Thanks, Simon. $30 people in the box. I know there are more people here that are a part of my side. I'm sure there are some people from the other side that are blocked. But I also know there are more people here that are not blocked that could be engaging. And now is your chance to engage, folks, and share your stories. And that way we can learn from each other and better help each other out. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because, folks, the more that you allow yourself to be vulnerable, especially here on my channel, which is a safe place, okay, the more we can help you and help each other move forward. Queen Helen Casey's in the house still. Smash the like button for Eli. Simon says, I had a time when I couldn't work when my son first came to live with me. That was out of my control. So when your son came to live with you, you couldn't work, and that was out of your control. Why was it out of your control, Simon? Is that because he was, a toddler, and he required 24/7 care? Or you weren't able to get child care during the day to go to work? Or was it too expensive to get child care? Like, tell me a little bit more about the situation so we can, properly assess it. And how were you paying your bills during that time? Did that affect you financially? Warrior Spirit says, I told you about my first 2 businesses and getting stuck with money losses due to asshole friends. Yes. Oh, yeah, you mentioned those many times. And, yeah, that would be another one of those situations where you're right, Warrior Spirit, for the most part, it's out of your control. But, quite frankly, when you go into something like that, you pretty much know that you're taking a risk. And in order to get ahead in life, sometimes you have to take risks that are out of your control. Actually, I take that back. The only way you can really get ahead in life is by taking risks that are completely out of your control. That's why they're called a risk. It's a chance to get ahead. But if you don't take that chance to get ahead, by taking that risk, then you're going to be stuck. Like GBT, who's stuck in a serious rut. Folks, I may lose you here in about a minute or two or three. I'm about to pass through that area where my reception's been cutting off quite a bit lately. So if I start to buffer, it'll show me on the screen. Then it will disconnect me, and then I will reconnect, and I'll be right back on. But yeah, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Can't ask for anything more. Now, what else? Let's see. Simon says, it totally affected me financially. I knew my first thing to do was to get my son I'm sorry, I read the trolling message. I know my first thing to do was to get my son in a good place. I had to take him to some of my jobs that allowed it. Okay, so you took a situation that was primarily out of your control and you found a way to gain some control over it and make it work. That's awesome, bro. That's absolutely awesome. Good for you. It may not cut me off this time. Folks, am I still live right now? Because I think I just went past, I think there's like a little electrical substation or something right over in that area that they just put in. Because in the past, I would never get cut off at that area, but it's been happening a lot lately. I'm still good, right? Okay, we're good. Unless it's going to happen up here. I'll let you folks know. The troll came in and said, quit talking about me, you little girl. Like, who is that? Is that you, Mr. J, or is that you, ODN? Because I've hardly talked about you, ODN. I've been talking about Mr. J from the Lichen Theory channel. The channel that has no content and gets no traction unless he either talks about me or something else from the drama sphere. Like, the guy's a drama queen. Like Mr. J on the Lichen Theory channel, like that channel should be called Drama Sphere Relived or Reloaded or something like that, or Drama Sphere Unleashed or something. Like, look, Mr. J, you want to be more true to what happens on your channel. Just call it a drama channel. Call it a drama channel. That's what it is. That's what it is. Hang on. This thing is... Give me a second. All right. My cord is rubbing up against my thing. All right. That didn't sound right, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so Mr. J, just turn your channel into a drama channel. That's what it's all about. That's where you get the majority of your views. Like, for me, this is not a drama stream right now. I'm talking about a topic and using examples. And I'm probably going to get about 200 to 300 views by the end of the live stream. And then I'll probably get somewhere from 400 to 600 views when it goes on a replay. It's not a drama stream. Wow. Yeah, those people are jogging, and they went all the way to the end and came back and passed me. And now they're taking a break. Yeah, you don't want to, you know, jog for like or run for like 4 miles straight. You got to do it in spurts. The best thing to do is called HIIT, high intensity interval training. Like maybe you run for a mile and then you walk a half a mile, and then you run another mile and you walk a half a mile. And what that does is it throws your body off to the point of where it doesn't become sedentary, and you're burning more calories and more fat that way. Let's see what more was said there by Simon. His mom and the breakup plus a couple. Oh wait, what else do you say? Okay. His mom and the breakup plus a couple other things affected him. He is all good now. He is a confident, good, mature 13-year-old. Now, make sure he doesn't become a YouTube troll, bro. That would suck. Simon says, breakups really affect the children at Warrior Spirit. And Eli, oh, of course they do. Of course they do. That's why a lot of people stay married together a lot longer than they should. Or if they had a kid out of wedlock, they stay together longer because of the kid. But if you're unhappily married or in an unhappy relationship and you're staying together just for the child, it's going to make it worse for the kid. You gotta end that relationship and explain to the child, and then each of you individually do your parenting duties 50-50. Share custody. That's the best thing you can do, in my opinion. Warrior Spirit, great news, Simon. I'm glad it all worked out for you and your son. Simon says, cheers, man. Yeah, I have a son, Simon says, Warrior. Oh, cool. Right on, Warrior. Similar Evil says, Mr. J on the run, worried about online drama. LOL. Nice one, bro, says Simon. Queen Helen Casey says, hello, Similar. Warrior Spirit says, hit the thumbs up. Simon says, or fix the relationship if fixable. Now, you know what? Relationships being fixable, that's subjective to your individual opinion. Oh, check this out. Those are the geese, right, Queen? You see them, Queen? That's beautiful. So peaceful. Like I'd love to go over there, but that's closed up. I think they're going to be putting another. I think what they're doing is, I think they're adding this as part of the Bay Trail. They're going to switch it over. They're going to make this a different trail because the Bay Trail goes right alongside 101. And I think what they're doing is they're adding this to reach the other side. Like when the Bay Trail is done, it's going to go around the entire San Francisco Bay, and it's going to be 500 miles. It'll be connected. Like right now, you cannot walk it continuously. You have to. There are parts that you can walk continuously, but then you got to go back and then drive to the next part, which is fine because, I mean, I don't know. I wonder if I would be able to walk the whole thing one day. 500, not one day, but maybe do like 20 to 30 miles a day and do it in like, what, a month? It'd probably take about 3 weeks to a month to do it. And then you stay at hotels. And you bring a backpack, and that's all. And then you stop and get food and replenish your water and drinks every day because you're only going to be carrying a backpack. You're not going to have a car with you. But yeah, I think one day down the road, this probably won't be for 5 or 10 years. I will do the entire Bay Trail, and I'll be broadcasting it live, the entire thing. I think that would be awesome. You guys can come along with me on that journey. 23 in the box. Sorry, 33 in the box. 8 thumbs up. Warrior Spirit, no fixing my ex. She's She stole my TV. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, my opinion is this. I'm not saying it's not possible to revisit something down the road. I've actually, revisited 2 of my relationships in the past. And I don't know, it was weird because I had made some changes in my life. I'm not saying I wasn't financially stable when I was younger. I was fine, but I had become more stable and gotten more of my shit together as I got older. Because when you're in your 20s, you don't have your entire shit together. I mean, you could have your own place and this and that, but when you start getting into your 30s, you start making more money, you have more experience, you know how to handle things better. Like women from your past start to notice that, and if they see you like on social media or something, and they see that you're single and they're single, they'll reach out to you because they're like, wow, I remember he was a good lover, but maybe he, wasn't quite ready for this back then, or he seems to be doing better, financially. Maybe we can go and do more things now. I'm not saying I wasn't broke in my younger days. I just, I didn't make as much money as I make today. And living out here in the Bay Area is expensive. And it was always expensive. But back in those days when prices were cheaper, so were the wages were lower. The salaries increase along with the cost of living. If I had to say though, the level of inflation had not reached what it reached today, but it was always more expensive to live out here than anywhere else. It's always been a highly desirable area to live in. But yeah, women will notice that. Women from your past, if they've gone through a breakup, let's say they broke up with you, then they dated another guy for 3 or 4 or 5 years, it ended, the first thing they're going to do is see where the ex is at. That's what women do. Especially now with social media. Then they'll find you, they'll see you're single, they see you're doing better, maybe you've gotten in better shape, right? And then, okay, they reach out to you, you meet up with them, you hang out a few times, and you realize that it's all superficial. You realize that if it didn't work the first time, why is it working now? Is it because I have more to offer or more to bring to the table? Is it because of my resources? Is it because I grew into my looks? Is it because I'm 10 pounds thinner than I was back then? And that's the kind of shit that really turns me off. Is when people look at other people that way. When women look at me that way, and when men look at women that way. But this more so happens with women because despite the fact that we're in... I'm going to hang on a second. I want to let that lady walk on by. She was walking at a faster pace than me. So that way I don't get her in the camera. I like to be as respectful as possible. Plus I have a better view from this side. Guys, if you know what I mean. I'm just joking. Maybe I'm not. But anyway. Like I said, even though we're in this modern world of feminism and women are, taking care of themselves, women still naturally seek out someone that has the most resources. The best genes to reproduce with, the good looks, the charm, good shape, dresses nice, makes good money, right? You guys tell me. You guys out there still feel that women, primarily seek out men on 2 things. Looks and money. Looks and money. And then the personality comes afterwards. That's why relationships don't work out. That's why people get divorced. That's why, people get in abusive relationships, because they connect off of 2 things nowadays. physical attraction, and money, resources. But they don't take the time to get to know each other's personalities out. They don't take the time to learn about each other at an emotional level. They base it off of looks and money, and then they figure out the emotional part, down the road. And by the time they figure out that the emotional part is not there or it's messed up, they're both emotionally attached. And if one or both are emotional basket cases, they're going to be beating each other up or worse. That's the problem I see nowadays. But that's what happened to me when these women, looked me up to revisit a past relationship. They saw that I had more resources. I was growing into my looks. I was in better shape, etc. I spotted that and it just didn't feel right. I'm so intuitive. I can spot when a woman is with me for the wrong reasons. It turns me off. Anyway. What's going on in the chat here? Yeah, but all those watch hours you build up between your TV and you can't be replaced. That's real memories at Queen Helen Casey. Okay, I'm not sure what you folks were talking about. Yeah, Warrior says TVs can be replaced. You're right. Similar evil. Oh, sorry, Simon says that's similar evil. So true. I always now get my girlfriend to give me foreplay. That's good. Good. Warrior Spirit says, it was Queen, but if she was gonna leave, she shouldn't take my things from her. Shouldn't take my things, just hers. It is what it is. Though I'm happier now with my new woman. That's good. Similar Evil says, LOL. Not her, you. LOL says Similar Evil. Simon says, LOL. Warrior Spirit says, Simon. Similar Evil. I've been married. I've been married 30 years, and I have excellent skills. Had to keep her. That's good, dude. Congrats, Similar Evil, says Simon. Warrior Spirit says, LOL, Similar. Warrior Spirit, I have skills too. I've been known to have something called the turbo tongue. If that can be thrown into the equation, that's great. Similar Evil, a good tongue lashing always helps her along. Simon Gale, I'm blocked? No, you're not blocked. Who said you're blocked? Or maybe it was the word euphoria. I don't know, Simon. I don't have the word tongue or tongue lashing blocked. And I don't think YouTube does either. I just think maybe you had a glitch on your phone for a second, man. I gotta say, I'm a little tired right now, folks. My sleeping pattern's been really off lately. It's been really off. Day job, 2 live streams per day. I mean, who knows? Maybe I just won't do a walking stream tomorrow. Maybe I'll just do the shout out Saturdays from the studio. Oh, it's so nice. Look at how clean that is. You guys tell me. Take a look at that. Man, let's go on the other side. Angle, huh? Oops, I think I disconnected. I think I'm disconnecting right now. I got cut off. All right. I am buffering. I'm waiting for this to cut me off. No, I'm still here? Really? Well, for some reason it's showing that I'm buffering. Give me a second. Let me do something. All right. It probably cut me off for just interference or anything like that. I figured out how to get it back right away. You just have to understand technology. But yeah, you folks can see me, right? We're good? Look at the sun right there. Check that out, folks. Is that awesome or what? You tell me. Let's just enjoy this for a second. Makes you feel like you're on vacation every day when you live out here. I'll tell you what, folks, like moments like these peaceful moments, sometimes make me wonder why, I ever went toe-to-toe with these crazy-ass people on the other side. Like wasting all that negative energy when there's so many better things to do. By the way, folks, interestingly enough, I found out that Mr. G from the other side, who's been my biggest hater for the last almost 3 years, we just refer to him as Mr. G because we don't want to get demonetized or give him any more notoriety. His wife, Chrissy, actually created a new channel, and she's been posting a lot of interesting information regarding him and debunking all of his lies. What I'm going to do is I'm going to probably end up sharing that. Later tonight, I'm going to end up sharing Mr. G's. Technically, it's still his wife. They're legally still married, but they're not together, obviously. So we're going to call her his ex-wife. I'm going to share the link to Mr. G's wife/ex-wife, Chrissy, on my community tab, either after this show or after my next show. So check it out. And that woman lived with that guy, was married to that guy for a while, and just can basically confirm about 99% of everything I've said about him is completely true. He's a phony, and he still is that phony nowadays. Estranged wife, yep. Thank you for helping promote. Oh, hey, Shangy Squad, SB, how you doing? Nice of you to pop on in. Nice of you to pop on in. You always like to pop on in when I'm promoting, helping A-team stuff, right? Well, I've known about Chrissy for a while. I knew about Chrissy even before Shangy knew about her. This was years ago. Because I got involved in this beef with JB before even Shangy knew he existed. And Chrissy actually was emailing me from the same exact email she still uses today, years ago. What I should have done is interviewed her back then. But I had my girlfriend Dana at the time that Mr. G was attacking, and I was thinking to myself, if I get Mr. G's wife/ex-wife on one of my shows, he's going to even come after my woman harder. Like, Mr. G basically tries to get you by the balls. He tries to basically gain control over you by doing things to the point of where if you react by doing the right thing, if he can't get to you, he'll get to somebody else. Like, he knew that his ex-wife/wife was reaching out to me. He also knew that if I were to interview her, he would further attack my girlfriend Dana at that time, and it would have probably broken us up. That's how shady of a son of a bitch that guy is. And I have to agree. I saw Chrissy's videos that she's been putting out lately, and I've been saying this too. I think Mr. G is bipolar. He's definitely narcissistic. He has NPD. He definitely has narcissistic personality disorder, and he's definitely bipolar. He's got to be bipolar. And it was interesting because Chrissy, JB's, well, I call him JB, Chrissy's husband slash ex-husband, Mr. G, his girlfriend Anna now has been communicating and was also communicating with Chrissy in the past. And Chrissy shared those conversations to the point of where Chrissy feels Anna's in danger and Anna's just basically sucking up to JB when she feels otherwise. I have to agree with that. Anna does seem to be a decent person. But at the same time, you have to also look at it this way. Maybe Anna is so insecure and feels she can't do better than Mr. G. So she's just kind of putting up with it for the time being. Maybe they're just putting up with each other. I mean, look, Mr. G needs her to handle his finances because he's not able to put anything under his name for many reasons, right? And she needs him because he's the one that can go on stage and make the money. So if I had to hit the nail on the head on this one, it would be that they're both using each other. And at some point, that's all going to come crashing down. Hopefully it won't come crashing down in the same ways or worse than it did when Mr. G beat up his wife slash ex-wife Chrissy a few years ago live on the air on a YouTube live stream. Is that Shangy blowing you a kiss, Warrior? Shangy's a guy, right? Where is Shangy? That's not Shangy. That is SB. Hashtag Shangy Squad. All right, folks. I'm going to get on out of here. I'll see you in a few hours from the studio. We're going to do Shout Out Fridays. Share this out. Share that live stream happening later tonight on your community tabs if you have one. Share it on Discord, Twitter, Facebook, Messenger, Facebook in general. Anywhere. Share it out and join me tonight. Let's have some fun. Let's connect with some people and let's move forward together. With that being said, have a good one. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.